Hello, everyone. I'm Jenny from Solaris Oracles. Welcome to my very first Pick a Card Tarot reading online. Today's reading is a message from your spirit guide. The message is going to be all about what your spirit guide is trying to tell you right now. In front of you, there are 4 different oracle decks, and I would like you to choose one of the decks that you are drawn to most. The deck that you're drawn to is going to be a message from your spirit guide on what they are trying to tell you right now. I'm going to be starting with the first oracle deck, deck number 1, and there will be timestamps below for each of the 3 other decks. Hello, card number 1. Let's see what your spirit guides are trying to tell you based on the oracle deck that you chose. So this is the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, and it is paired with a Larimar stone. Larimar is all about soothing your emotions. It's really, really calming. It brings you peace and serenity. And so this is telling me that right off the bat that you probably have a lot of anxiety and chaos going in your world. So your spirit guides are coming forward right off the bat and enveloping you with a sense of peace and serenity to tell you that they're there for you, that your angel guides, your spirit guides, they're surrounding you, and they got your back. So let's shuffle the oracle deck and see what the primary message in your reading is. Card number 1. All right. What is your spirit guide trying to tell you right now? Okay. Let's see here. Ooh, the wailing tree. Okay, so yes, you definitely have a lot of turmoil going on in your head. Something, I'm feeling like something really traumatic just happened recently, and you're having a really hard time dealing with it because it's something that you only had good intentions in mind. You were only doing something for the betterment of everyone around you. This person in particular, I'm feeling like it was somebody that you've been really close to, but for some reason they took your actions or your words the wrong way, and so there's a bit of turmoil going on. You have a bit of conflict going on around you, and so the wailing tree is really all about the reconciliation of that. So it's about going inward and really coming to terms with the fact that it isn't your fault. It's not something that you are personally responsible for, in that you didn't do anything wrong, but the person that you're dealing with in this is in a bit of a dark night of the soul themselves. And so they're just having a lot of trouble interacting with the people around them. So the wailing tree is really symbolic of you coping with the outcome of the conflict that has occurred. So it's your spirit guides are telling you that yes, they recognize that you're going through a period of grief, that you're going through a period of mourning, that you feel like you have a tremendous loss that you're trying to push through, and that you don't understand what's going on. But everything that happens is meant to happen that way. And so not only is the other person that you're dealing with in this circumstance learning from the events that occurred, they will work through it, and they'll realize what is meant for that lesson for themselves, but also for you, and in your journey to remember to that it's also an opportunity for you to look at the relationships that you have in your life and to be able to step into a different perspective and being able to see it from a higher view. Okay, let's pull a couple of tarot cards and get some additional clarification around this. Okay. Let's see. And it's just, we have the Larimer here. And remember, this is about peace and serenity and calmness. Remembering to create that bubble around yourself, to remember to, oh, I'm feeling that you're tremendous. You have really deep empathic abilities. So like what this other person is going through, it's not even directly tied to you, but you're feeling responsible because something, an interaction that you had triggered them in some way. And so you're feeling responsible, but you need to know it's not you. It's something that they're going through. So let's just pull some tarot cards and see. Your spirit guides want you to know that it'll all work out, that it's okay. So let's see here. Okay. Balance. Okay, balance. Yep, that makes sense. So, it's remembering to, I mean, even dealing with this whole situation, it's reminding you to provide the balance within your perspective, that you can really look at it from all the angles and understand that that it's not on you. It's you need to remember to put your own boundaries around yourself. And even if you are feeling attacked, or if you're feeling like you are a bit of the victim in the circumstance, that you do, your angels, your spirit guides are surrounding you, and that you do have their support in being able to get that equilibrium back, and speak to the person, and the right words will come to you. It's a matter of understanding, and that other person, they kind of need a break in their life, that they just need, they're kind of acting and swinging on the other side of the spectrum, where they probably are acting a little bit inappropriate for the circumstance, and it's hurting you, and your spirit guides see that. But when people are learning new behaviors and trying to understand different things in different ways, they are learning to behave a different way. So, just remembering to maybe create a little bit of distance and boundaries for now, until you can get your own balance and new perspective in the situation. Okay, the Chariot. Yeah, it's a pretty fast moving thing too. It kind of came to you out of nowhere. This is like something that you didn't expect. It just kind of snuck up on you, and it's all moving really, really fast. And then we have the five. The five of fire is stands for wands. So five is always a card that represents change. So there's a lot of stuff going on in here. So for some of you, it might be these other people, but, now it's coming in. I think that some of it might have to do with you and your own change, and recognizing that the situation that has happened around you is happening for a reason. And it's time to let go. It's time to cut your losses and realize that that was a lesson that you needed to learn, to look at it and have some different perspective of it yourself, so that you can recognize the people that are supposed to be with you along the way, and the people that it might be time to let go of. The Five of Wands is all about conflict with others, and mostly because of conflicting opinions. So when the five shows up, it's sometimes a cue to just walk away and cut your losses, because you're growing and developing into a brand new, better version of yourself. And so it's not necessary for you to hold on to the relationships with people that aren't moving at the same pace as you. I mean, the Chariot, it's kind of, representative of that same thing. It's like, just keep going. The yin yang of the two horse, the unicorns here. It's like, looking at both sides, looking at the different perspective. You need balance in your life. So it's time for some change, and to let go. It's time to let go of some of those relationships. So let's do one more card for final clarification. Okay, the Dreamer. So, yep. So the Dreamer is the equivalent of the Fool in a lot of, and the Dreamer is all about a brand new start. So, yeah, this is all coming together. I'm feeling more and more like, for a few of you, it is going to be about creating that empathetic understanding about somebody else's journey. But I'm feeling even more so that this is really about you. Your spirit guides are telling you that it's time to get some balance in your life and to walk away. That it's time to really take a different perspective of the people that in your life that are causing you all this pain and turmoil, and to look at things differently. It's time to start living differently. It's time to get to have a new start and trust yourself. Just keep moving forward and push your fears aside and know that when there are people in your life that you do have to leave behind, that it's opening up the doors and allowing in the people that you deserve, that are going to treat you with kindness and empathy and reciprocate all those things that you do. You're so kind-hearted. You're so loving, but people that you've historically felt the need to keep giving one more chance to, it's time to let that go. It's time to move forward and surround yourself and make room for the people that will reciprocate back to you and reflect back to you the same energy that you put out there. So, thank you, card number one. That is the message your spirit guides have for you. Hello, card number two. You chose the second deck, the second oracle deck, which included a piece of Charoite. So the Charoite is all about finding your life purpose. It's about going deep into the inner parts of your soul and really working through the past trauma and pain and the memories of experiences that you've had in the past, working through those so that you can release them and let them go to move on and follow your true life path. So let's shuffle the cards here and see what your spirit guide is trying to tell you right now. Okay. Okay, so the deck, the oracle deck, is the Divine Animals Oracle, and you chose the Wolf. So this is all about authenticity. Authenticity. So related to your life path purpose, what I'm getting right off the bat, what I'm feeling is that up until now, your spirit guides are recognizing that you've worked really hard for everything that you have and you really pushed forward. But a lot of the decisions that you made across your life to this point have been based on what other people wanted you to do. And these are people that you've respected. I mean, these are your parents, your mentors, the people around you in your life that right from little on you've really respected and wanted to earn their pride in you. And so a lot of the choices that you made might not necessarily have reflected what you really felt you wanted to do on the inside for whatever reason that might be. And so, in regard to your life path purpose, which you are drawn to knowing, and your spirit guides are coming forward and telling you, is that it's time to really look at that. It's time to look inward and see, are the things that you are doing in life on your life path, are they serving you or are they serving the other people around you? It's time to start to look inward and start to become authentic with yourself. So let's pull some tarot cards and get some additional clarification around this. Okay. Okay, the Four of Swords. And we have the Prince of Swords. And the Seven of Wands. Okay. Okay, yeah. So the swords are all about your mental thought processes. So this is the things that are like twisting and turning your head and trying to tell you, You know, you have a tendency to always be, you're very balanced in the way that you think. You're both left brained and right brained, and you keep going back and forth and you shift between the two. So a lot of times what your heart is telling you, you know, the waters, the emotions, can be very, very separate from what your mind and your head is telling you to do. So it's really, really difficult for you to turn within and reconcile those two parts of yourself with one another. The Prince of Swords is like that. That is it's bringing forward the beginning. It's the new. It's like uh, the spark of new ideas. You are starting to come. So regarding your life path and what your spirit guides want to tell you is that, you know, you've really been thinking about this a lot. This is not a new idea to you. This is something that you've been struggling. I mean, the wolf, it's coming in and it's confronting you head on. So this is not new information. This is something that you've been thinking about for a while. You've been sitting on it like the bear in the cave. You've really been hibernating on this, and you know, it's been like top of mind of should you move forward. You even have a new idea formed about what you want to do, but it's just a matter of having the courage to do it. So wands are all about spirit. It's the coming in of spirit and giving you that life spark, that courage, that yes, this is what you need to do. This is what I'm meant to do. So spirit is supporting you. They're saying you are on the right track. Just keep, you know, just keep pushing ahead and follow that intuition because it's in development and spirit sees it and they're all around you. Your guides are all around you and they recognize it. They see it. It's time for you to break free and have that courage and start, you know, standing up for yourself and that glowing spark that lies within you. So let's get one more card for some final clarification. But yeah, whatever you've been on the fence about, it is a great idea, and Spirit is supporting you. Spirit is saying, have that courage, do it. You know, even if it means just the little baby steps to get it started, it's time. And the Ace of Cups, wow. So this is perceived by a lot of people as the most positive card in the entire tarot deck. So this is really telling me that Spirit has got your back. They're saying, yes, yes, this is time. You are on the right track. You need to look into this deeper, go deep into your heart. The rainbow is all about manifestation. It's about bringing the ideas from the spiritual realm into physical manifestation. You have the glowing flower, you have the trophy for like, yes, you're gonna win. This is what you need to do. So your spirit guides got your back. They see you, they recognize you, and they're like, you go, you go. Yeah. So I am all I am feeling really deeply that Spirit's really, really supporting you on this one. So uh, thank you, deck number 2. That is your message from Spirit. Hello, card number 3. You chose the Oracle deck that was attached to a piece of black tourmaline. So tourmaline is really good as a spiritual psychic protector. So any negative vibes that are coming in your any way, especially when it relates to the next dimension over that contains the ghostly realm, the more negative entities around. This is a card of protection. So your spirit guides are all around you and want you to let you know that you are being protected from whatever is happening right now. So let's see what card comes up for you in the Oracle deck that you were drawn to, card number 3. Oh, you got one popping out right away. So let's see what it is. Oh, look at that. The Wild Red Rider, Blessings Bestowed. Okay, can you see that? It is card number 44. So anybody who knows anything about about numbers, numerology, 44s are all about the angels surrounding you. So again, I mean, you got the tourmaline, which is all about protection, and you got the number 44 card, which means your angels are all around you right now. So The Wild Red Rider, Blessings Bestowed. So this is all about letting a little bit, letting go a little bit of the control that you're trying to have around your circumstances. So, you are in a place right now. I mean, I'm feeling this from uh, pretty strongly that you're in a place that it's like you are riding a bucking bronco on one of those a rodeo show where everything is just like your world is chaotic and just going crazy around you at the moment. And the reason that it feels like that is because you are holding on so tight to that control factor that you are being bucked all over the place. It's like the more control that you try to have, the more wild and crazy things get. And the secret to being a master rider in the winds of change, so to speak, is to bring yourself to the center of the storm, to bring yourself to the eye of the tornado and relax and watch it go. It's release your control. Be at the center and watch it spin around you. Don't try to control the storm, but release it and watch it as it occurs around you. And believe in spirit, that spirit has got your back, that they are protecting you, that you're going to be okay. So let's let's draw some tarot cards and see if we can get some more clarification around this. I had to find my tarot deck. I have quite a few decks sitting around me right now, and I lost it for a second. Okay. What is clarification around this? What does Spirit want to tell you? Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, the Page of Cups. Okay. We have the High Priestess. Wow. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles. These cards are just magical. Okay, so the Page of Cups, it's all about the emotions. And this is a card that is Spirit's recognizing all this turmoil around you. And it is not so much the circumstances that are going around that feel chaotic, but your emotions that are tied to the circumstances. So Spirit is recognizing like these ups and downs and is actually standing back in wonder and awe with the depth of the emotion that you are being able to feel, because you are viewing the world around you almost like from a childlike. And I mean that in a good way. The sense of wonder and the intensity that children feel with their emotions without the guards around them, that they just like feel really, really deeply. And Spirit recognizes that you have that within you, that you have this like deep, wild, huge emotion. And you know, the buffalo, it's like, wow, you are like going all over the place. You're just crazy with your emotions all over the place. But within you, I mean, you have deep intuitive knowing. So this, I am feeling quite strongly, the message from Spirit is that you are growing into your empathic abilities right now at a really, really fast rate. You are increasing your ability to be able to pick up on the feelings and emotions on everybody around you, and it's affecting you deeply. It is making you feel like you don't know. You want to go into your little cubby hole. You want to hibernate. You want to get away from it all because you don't even know how to deal with it. You are waking up into your deep intuitive spiritual powers. And so the message Spirit is trying to give to you is that, you know, this is a tremendous gift and you don't need to be afraid of it, but you do need to work at it. You need to look, you can't run away from it. You can't distance yourself from society forever. It's time for you to begin working on it in terms of knowing how to protect yourself, to let go of the control that you think that you have to have around it, and instead learn how to ride the bucking buffalo in the storm. Learn it, embrace it, because you have really deep intuitive abilities. Let's pull one more card for final clarification. Okay, yeah, look at that. It's the Fool. So it is the beginning of a brand new adventure for you. And this card is all about letting go. I mean, look at her. She's leaning over and she's trusting in the universe that it is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. So, yeah, um, you are really powerful. You're a really strong empath. You're just coming into these abilities, and Spirit recognizes that. Now is the time to learn how to use it, learn how to regulate it, how to go with the flow and recognize it, put up your boundaries, seek out help, and really learn to harness this power because you are a deep intuitive empath and you are just beginning a new journey. So, thank you, card number 3. That's what your spirit guides have to say to you. Welcome, card number 4. You chose the Lemurian Oracle deck, and this deck is paired with a Lemurian seed crystal. So, if you chose this deck, there is a chance that you do have some ties that maybe you're a star child, but you definitely have some deep connections with the Lemurians. So, the Lemurians are all about emotion and about emotional connection, and they had such strong ability to be empathic and communicate on a very deep spiritual level. The Lemurian seed crystal is also about having the ability. It's the ability to see visions and connect to the Lemurians to get knowledge. So let's see what your spirit guides have to tell you that they want you to know right now. Oh, one popped out like crazy on that one. It flew across the room practically. Okay. Full spectrum. Card number 26. So I'm going to set this right up there. Full spectrum. So this is all about activation of your full chakra. You are going through an awakening right now and you are climbing straight up those chakras. You are connecting to the spiritual realm and you are drawing it back down into the earth around you. So this is just like it's all about seeing the full spectrum of all the situations in your life. It's like watching things go through. You're seeing the vision of being able to see past and being able to see forward and seeing how it's all connected in this ongoing ring. Let's go ahead and draw some tarot cards to explain this a little bit more deeply. Yeah. So if you're drawn to this deck, you already know that you have some abilities going on, and I'm really sensing some pretty intense psychic abilities where it's waking up, and they're getting a little bit more intense. Where I'm almost feeling a little bit of fear within you, like you don't fully understand what's going on. Uh, Perhaps you think of it as remembering backwards, where the things that are happening to you are things that haven't happened yet, but you're seeing them as memories. So let's draw those tarot cards and see if we can get some additional clarification for you. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups and the World. Wow. Okay. So right off the bat, you got 2 kings out of 3 cards. So that is really symbolic of there's a huge you have a lot of influence on the people around you. You take like a leadership position. People look to you, especially when it comes to, gosh, it's like when you have deep feelings about things. Like you have a feeling that something's going to happen. You have a feeling that you shouldn't do something. You have a feeling that something is a great choice. You have a feeling that you should leave. You have like these deep psychic gifts that are constantly giving you this feeling where even though there might be chaos going on in the world around you, you always feel pretty stable about it because you trust yourself. You trust your instinct that you have. You've had this since you were a small child, and no matter what's going on, you really rely upon your instincts. Tied hand in hand with that, I mean, the King of Pentacles too also relates to, it's all about manifestation. It's about everything that you have right now, you earned. You brought it into being because of your deep intuition and the abilities that you have. You know what the right choices are. You can see it, you visualize it, and then you almost as if by magic, the people around you look at you and they're in awe because you just seem to think about things and you can make them happen in front of you. It's like you've built up this huge wealth a, of people around you and the things that you want, and you feel really good about where you are right now. And it's like you're blessed. You're blessed with everything that you have, and you have like the world at your fingertips. It's like no matter what you choose to do in life, you are able to achieve it because you know it. So it's going back to, spirit. The spirit guides really recognize this about you, and they want you to fully remember that about yourself because you are probably thinking too small. You've taken for granted these abilities that you've had for yourself. And so you do have the ability to think big. You do have the ability to, whatever it is you think that is enough. And it could very well be enough, and that's fantastic, but you have the ability to think even higher and higher. And spirit wants you to know that you have the ability to take those gifts and 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 make them even bigger for the benefit on a wider scale. Let's draw one more tarot card and see if we can get some final clarification around what spirit wants to tell you. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is it's the Three of Wands. Wands are all about, and it's really nice because you have like a very very nice balanced reading here where you have the representation of the earth, you have your emotions, the world is like, everything. This is your main oracle card here is all about the full spectrum of being able to see everything from start to end. You have like a full spectrum of ideas. And the Three of Wands is like the coming together. Spirit is telling you that you need to just go for it. So don't let your doubts and fears about yourself hold you back. The fears that you might be feeling in relationship to these new abilities that you're developing, because I mean, you had the feelings, you had the intuition, you had it telling you, but now you're actually starting to connect it with a sort of sight. It's like your abilities are getting deeper in terms of they're new and different than what you've always experienced before, which is super exciting, but can be scary. So spirit is telling you that there's a reason that your abilities are getting stronger right now. It's time to keep your eye on the prize and dive down for it, dive into it, because whenever you have a prize in mind that is for the meaning, like creating more meaning in the world around you, helping the people around you, that spirit is there for you and they support you, and everything that you're doing right now is leading up to like this major thing where you need to go for it. It's time to dive in and go for the prize, because it is calling to you, and everything around you has been preparing you for this moment that is about to happen. So card number 4, that is the message that spirit is trying to tell you. Thank you.